when one of you leaves, the cameras flip around. So I have to redo everyone's cameras. Sorry. Hey, audience. We are live.
Hi, audience.
Um, Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Robin Bell of Shrike Tabletop. And... crap.
Gamers?
Yeah, no, sorry. I just... the cameras are hard to
Our
mess
Zoom
with.
messed up.
Yeah. Alright. Everyone is where they are, where they should be. All right,
Yes.
Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I am Robin Bell, and this is Shrike Tabletop Presents, our RPG show where we play games mostly that I made, but sometimes other people made. So, I'm Robin Bell. I already said that. I am playing the narrator tonight. She, her pronouns, please, or fuck you. So, going around, Lilith, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Lilith. Hi. I'm on the stream very regularly. She, her. I will be playing Lidia today. Yeah.
Okay. Going to Ribsie. Let me expand
Hi.
your camera a bit there.
I am Wendy Ribson Pippin, or Ribsy as I'm also known, and coming to you live from a haunted house. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm here to have a good time.
Who are you
Okay.
playing?
I'm playing Grabs, the Spoolborn, and it's gonna be Hansy. Wait, no, that sounds bad. Roll that back. Hansy, but in the crime sense.
Wait, that doesn't
I'm
make
a
it better.
Wait, no, I'm a thief. Guys. This
Oh
is
my
going to be fine.
Moving on to M.
Hi, my name is they, them pronouns. I'm playing Enoki, the Sporeborn. Yeah, we got 2 Sporeborns, so it's gonna get shroomy.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about what all that means in the lore. This will be like a proper introduction, both for a lot of the table and for y'all at home. Going to Myth.
Off the table.
Hey there. I'm Myth. I use she, her, and I have a lot of experience with TTRPGs, but not much with Era of Silence, so I'm very excited for this. I will be playing the character of Vrai. Vrai is my character's name.
Wow.
Okay. And last but not least, Tanneal.
Hello, my name is Tanneal. I use she, her pronouns. I've been doing TTRPGs for a couple of years, but I'm pretty new to streaming and relatively new to Era of Silence. I will be playing Kalai'i, the Parathin. Parathin?
Parathin.
How do
I say
Parathin,
Parathin,
yes.
but also like the author is dead, so
Yeah, I actually
Okay.
came up to your
X in the
house
chat.
and
yeah.
yeah, I specifically murdered Robin.
X in the chat.
Someone tried to make it like Parathin or something at one point. Because,
Parathin.
like Game of Thrones had just gotten big and Baratheon was still like a major house or something. So anyway.
Maybe.
So welcome. Today we will be starting a new campaign that I'm hoping that we'll be doing every other week until we finish this arc, and then hopefully doing another one after that. But yeah, we'll see what that looks like. So yeah, while we're on stream, do y'all have any questions about the system? I'll give the elevator pitch. Maybe I'll give the elevator pitch, then I'll open the floor up to questions.
Yep.
So, Era of Silence is a tactical combat RPG built on the original Thorn system. The idea of Thorn is that it is a roll low dice pool system which uses a mix of variable die type and variable target number to create an effect that encourages teamwork and kind of create situations in which two people can be good at the same skill in different situations. So the combat system is optimized for rapid tactical combat. It'll probably take a little bit longer today, given that we are learning, but that and an emphasis on an ease of personal customization, with 15,000 possible character creation options. So, not counting the point buy. So, if I count the point buy, that it descends into chaotic numbers that I can't keep track of. So, all right. With that out of the way, I won't have chat up. So if someone says something, I'll have it up in a second. But I'm gonna be reading a thing. Do y'all have the early access Ashen edition?
I do.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes. And for the folks at home, that's the version of EOS you can buy right now if you have $5. A completed version of the game will be coming out soon, but this is just the final rules, but not an ash can, as some people would call it. Basically a Google Doc with all the rules, but none of the layout or and only partial art. So as long as you have access to that, that's good, because we will be going through it a little bit. With that, okay. Any questions before we get started?
Would you mind resending that link to the rulebook in the chat? I can't seem to find it.
Yes.
I'm sending it. I have it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Let me make sure link sharing's on. I'm gonna turn on link sharing. Also, okay. I just turned on link sharing. So, oh wait, that was the wrong thing. Okay, link sharing should already be on for that. Good. Thank you, because I have a very precarious setup, and if I bring up the wrong window in the wrong place, I will destroy part of our video feed. So
You're welcome.
yes. All right. We are vibing. If no other questions, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read a little bit. I'm basically gonna introduce the world and the current story, and then kind of set the scene for the current scenario, and then we'll throw to you all and have you all introduce yourselves. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Ahem. So the world of Vian was once ruled by a divine council of 11 gods, and through their prophets, they ran this global church that absolute theocracy. In the world of Vian, there is no ambiguity about whether the gods exist, only where they went. You were made for a purpose. Each of your species was designed to be part of their aspect god, to the point that most species remain somewhat close to the god that picked them. Even though, as the name of Era of Silence might suggest, the gods disappeared 1,000 years ago. And mortal civilizations have been rising up ever since. The church has some power left, but things have changed, this is an age of mortal rulers, of nation states. Then some 600 years ago, out of a secluded mountain range came these bald and glowing-skinned people with powerful magics, and more importantly, the first health potion. The Yender's formula, as it would soon be called, was a revolutionary for warfare. It created situations in which someone could suffer a combat wound and get up and keep fighting. Unheard of. Healing magic has always been a thing, but it's always been kind of weak. This someone with minimal training can apply this. They with that, and with the invention of firearms, they conquered most of the known world. Only stopped when 400 years ago the planet was buried in ash. A horrendous volcano tore a volcanic eruption and earthquake tore apart the Parathan Empire. And are you raising your hand?
No.
Okay. um. Okay. So I was like, wow, so polite. Thank you.
I'm not that polite.
So let's fast forward a little bit. The year is it's been 1,000 years since the gods fell silent, and 400 years since the planet was buried in ash in an event called the Judgment. You are in the country of Ostale. Ostale has been undergoing some political turmoil. Basically, Ostale for a long time was the seat of the Parathan Empire way back when. The Parathan are gone now. There's a few thousand left. They're having problems. But Ostale remained kind of a loose affiliation of city-states. The power of the individual city-states mattered more than any national identity of Ostale. But that's changed when two of the southernmost city-states declared their intent to revolt and establish a new Ostalian empire to recapture the glory of the Parathan. This nationalist movement seeks to seize power from the crumbling noble class. Like all empires, they choose to do this through force. Soon they conquered the west and the south, then the east. And now it is the year 1005. The supporters of the old government and any who would resist the new empire, called royalists, are surrounded by these imperials. Two loyal city-states remain. The capital rising city in the heartland, and the northern trade city of Okavans. Losing either would mean the defeat of the royalists and the end of this 5-year war. And some more ideological stakes, I think. They're fighting over a few things. They're fighting over, territory expansion. The Imperials want to conquer, more territory that's seceded from the Ostalian, border. And they also want to crack down on a type of mutant called an aberration, who are capable of immense destruction. In fact, an aberration accidentally tore open a hole in reality in a city-state called Varen's Keep that ate it all up. So that's kind of... Meanwhile, the royalists aren't necessarily pro-monarchy. They just kind of don't want to be assimilated into this new political structure. Does that make sense so far? Any questions about that? I'm trying not to lore dump too much. I have one more paragraph here.
That sounds good.
So in the north, near the city of Okavan, lies a road that transports critical healing supplies for the royalists. It's a difficult position, and basically they've deployed you, because when there's a difficult position, they send Shadow Team. And the Royal 21st as a whole, which is your battalion. And that's where we find ourselves now when we look at this board. It's the 49th of winter. Shadow Team has been deployed to work in tandem with another team called Argent Team. And Shadow Team are you all. To cause havoc behind Imperial lines, to hopefully slow their advance and keep the war going for a bit longer. Defeat is on the horizon. They've been pressing the line closer to the trade route. Lose the trade route, and you lose the war. The target, a captured fuel conversion depot that in a small side town nearby. Argent Team's going to hit the depot and set the thing to blow. You're going to stage an attack to draw patrols away from it. You just took down a small sentry, a pair of sentries, and are preparing to set a trap. It's morning. It's 6 a.m. The air is not breathable here. You will need a rebreather. But the battle has just ended, and you have taken down these two guys, and you are standing with your comrades. With that, we're gonna do character intros. the battle has just ended. You've been deployed, to this kind of godforsaken position to make life easier for the other team. Who would like to introduce themselves first?
I have a question before we begin introductions. How much detail do you want? Like, do you want our species, archetype, etc., 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 or do you just want like a basic like personality type introduction?
Maybe your species, your appearance, and like a description of your skill set. And if you just prefer to say your archetype and career, that's fine. Because generally those tend to be good descriptors as well.
I can go first.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm going to be playing Lidia Loss. I am an Alec, who is a specialist in sniper fire. Very far range, good aim. I'm also a survivalist character. That's not a category in the game, but her build is very focused towards being able to survive the wilderness where she lives with her child.
Okay. And one more question for you. I just throwing this on. I'm gonna ask everyone this. How long have you been in the war? Shadow Team is like a force that exists kind of like out of necessity, and like a lot of people aren't there by choice, but rather like it was that or like facing the gallows or something.
Yeah. Lidia actually keeps it very vague on whether or not she's there as a mercenary or as like a prison soldier. For good reason. She's also probably one of the oldest members, like longest serving members of Shadow Team.
Mm-hmm.
As she's been there for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Take a willpower point.
Ooh.
Willpower points are a meta currency that you can use to augment augment rolls or plot details. Same thing in any RPG. They are in any trad RPG at least. They're pretty common.
That's me.
I actually think. Side note: I actually think we renamed willpower points, but I can't for the life of me tell you what they are. So, next episode we'll.
I think we called them willpower tokens.
Willpower tokens. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wendy, are you raising your hand? Do you want to go?
Yeah. So, at the side of this map stands a strange, mushroom-headed creature draped in a duster coat, clutching a strange beam rifle that Z calls the Beam Chester. And this creature goes by the name of Grabs. Z have a strange Lian accent and a very cheerful personality. They have been known to be quite to suggest more unconventional approaches to any problem, mainly a very criminal approach to any problem. As they joined in the middle of the war, specifically because all of their criminal friends had joined either through some form of patriotism or political conviction, or because that was the only option to survive. And they didn't want to leave their friend behind to die, so they joined. And now they just scour the battlefields, trying to give their side an edge, doing what they does best: stealing shit. Just taking everything that is not nailed down.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Shadow Team definitely gets sent on like the least reputable jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Generally to go
and Z is fine with that.
Sometimes people call Shadow Team the left hand of the 21st. So, with that, what just happened?
Oh,
we have
Zoom did
we
the
have-
thing where it
Okay.
shifted cameras from everything.
No,
Oh.
no, it you, okay, we probably just indicate with voice. I appreciate
Right.
you using Zoom etiquette.
Yes.
But I do have to play camera shuffle, so
Gotcha.
this does seem to be the flaw with the system.
I see.
Yes. All right.
If
All right.
Zoom was
Keep us
in
on
any way, shape, or
toes.
form efficient, all the schools wouldn't be using it. So.
Can you undo the hand raise and then
Oh,
I will call on you next. I just probably that actually might. Dang it! All right.
Almost.
I should have just guessed that would have done that.
Mm.
Okay. 1 second, audience. We're figuring. This is our first time. We're figuring some stuff out. It's okay. Cool. Everyone's back where they belong. Cool. So, Vrai or Myth, you were you did raise your hand though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love to call this chaos. That's me. Yes. So my character's name is Vrai. She is Primus Ika, which is a reptilian.
Yes.
Lizard.
Big reptile
lizard.
fucker.
And she is an alchemist. She's a healer. That is her combat specialty. And she is sort of, I would say, like an e-girl in terms of aesthetics, like very fluorescent, bright clothing and very heavily accessorized, which does not always come in handy on the battlefield. But she is, she's been in Shadow Team for just a bit. She joined with her partner and was not really a fighter, but would follow her partner to the ends of the earth. And her partner died in this conflict, and now she is out for revenge.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, not nice. R.I.P. partner, but
Yes.
that is a good backstory.
backstory.
Okay, so Wendy and Myth both take willpower tokens. They tend to refresh every session, so spend them while you got them on your rolls. Moving on, we have either Tanneal or M. Up to you.
Okay, I'll go.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll find the book.
I
for you or
am
something.
okay. So I am playing Enoki. Enoki is a Sporeborn that looks like this thing on top of like a mech body, and then Enoki's specialty is ranged combat, sniper stuff, and they're also good at technology, and it has a career as a locksmith, so steely shit. And Enoki's fighting in this. Enoki's been fighting since the beginning of the war because their creator basically forced them to enlist to dodge the draft, even though they were just trying to live peacefully as a farmer. So that's why that's how we got here.
Enoki, the draft sacrifice.
Yes, draft.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Take a willpower token. I don't think we also Elix. So right now we've introduced. I'll introduce all the species after Tanneal goes. Go ahead.
All right. I'm playing Kalai'i Fane Lin. So I'm a Parathan woman. Very gay.
Oh.
And I have I'm kind of short for being a Parathan. Very dark skin, but very short cropped, like super bright colored hair that I change like all the time. So since I'm descended from the royal family, I am a preservationist of lineage, and I'm kind of like a magic medic sort of healer type person. I don't really like to fight, but I am part of the shadow team because my cousin got himself sent to prison, and this is how we negotiated his release. So I'm kind of there to watch Cole's back, my cousin the criminal. So we're here fighting for our people, fighting for our land, fighting for our family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah. All right. Take a willpower token. If I didn't say take a willpower token, take a willpower token. Cool. So moving on. Okay. Actually, just while we're here, because y'all are new to the system a bit, and the audience is new to the world. We've introduced an Elec. Elecs are diminutive. People compare them to elves. I would say they're closer to like gnomes with time powers.
Yeah.
Like the Elec's biggest thing is that like when they stand on their toes and dilate their eyes, they kind of like bend time around them so they can move faster and do more things. Which is why their eyes are so weird. They usually have like these big glowing like pupilless eyes that just like absorb, fuck with time. Sporeborn are a new species. They were designed in a Las Botanical Lab in Lien to the east, and after they demonstrated they were fully sentient, they the decagon of judges, which is like the UN for like the 10 major nation states, they basically agreed like, okay, these people are sentient, we have to count them as people. Yeah, most shrooms are French, including the famous Sporeborn Kaidrika Noda, who is like if Hatsune Miku was a fungus person.
Wait, she's
and has a
French?
music like, yes, she's from Lien. She has Lienesian citizenship. The Primas Ika were once the standing army of the gods, and the many have still carried on that divine lineage, although many have rejected it. These things are no longer set in stone. We make our own path now, but they tend to be built jacked lizards with gender vibes. So
Jacked lizards with funky gender.
And the Parathin are I talked about the Parathin a lot because they're very important to the lore. As so far, the Parathin Empire was the first civilization to harness scientific alchemy. Most of the current society exists on the shoulders of the Parathin. Although the Parathin's innately magical blood has caused them illness. And if you're not picking all of this up now, don't worry. We'll probably restate all of these themes again. But yeah. So you all have just kind of you all have just like your team of like 10 people ambushed a patrol of 2 guards, 2 Imperial guards. The guards are dead. Good job. You killed them. Or someone killed them. It doesn't have to be you. Like I said, the air quality is really bad here, so unless you have an augmentation, you're going to need to wear a rebreather. This is true of most of Ostale, but true right now, especially. But otherwise, I'm going to kind of throw to y'all and ask, like, what you're doing on the battlefield. And then after that, maybe you'll get some orders, and then maybe we'll do a fight. So, with that in mind, is anyone doing anything in particular right after the fight? Here, maybe I could set the scene a little bit more. You've got Torin, your commanding officer, Torin Varen, right here. Got hit by a stray bullet and is clutching his side. He needs healing. He's not badly hurt, but it's enough that's going to keep him from being combat capable until he's fixed. You've got a Primas Ika over in the lower area moving around rocks to set up fortifications for, this is kind of like, you can see this is kind of a hill. You're probably going to want, if you're going to plan like an ambush and like, a chaos thing, you're going to want to take the high ground here, right? So the Primas Ika is like building barriers and could use some help. You've got Brother Rorden, a Yasre, bird people with an intense religious code lifestyle. And Brother Rorden Steadfast is he's fixing some masks that got damaged by a gas grenade attack. Trying to look at any. There's a drone that needs programming over by Cole that can like help you out. And you know that one of your trappers is out prepping an ambush, like prepping to like close off an entrance so that you like they can't get up to you, and could probably use some help like priming charges. Does it? What are you all doing on the battlefield? And does any of that? I can repeat any of that you need me to. Does any of that sound like you want to help with that? You're kind of just getting ready for like a larger fight here.
Yeah.
Also, the bodies need burning.
Oh yeah, that can be after the fight. Lidia is going to be in as back as possible, but still in fairly reasonable sight. And kind of setting up a thing for her sniping outpost.
Okay, so you're like making like a little emplacement.
Yeah, probably putting like a rock down to rest the gun.
Okay. Anyone else?
How injured is the? Were there
The
two people or just one person?
The one commanding officer. Your commanding officer is injured. Next to the second in command, who's like just kind of watching, making sure he's fine. Torin took a bullet, like basically like a bullet grazed his side. It's enough pain that he needs healing, but he's not going to die if he doesn't get it.
Okay, so could he probably be healed completely with a spell?
Yeah, he could be healed with a spell, or a TN5 Yender's formula check. Either way.
Okay.
So if you would like to use a spell,
yeah, let me check my die to see what I need to roll. Let's
use magic.
Yes.
Yeah. That will be use magic, and this is going to be the first skill roll of the game. So
don't fuck it up.
D10. Go back here. I'm still trying to figure out how to use Roll20, and I have it.
That's fine. I mean, you're also welcome to use physical dice if you prefer. I definitely will be.
I don't have any with me right this second.
So the command for Roll20 is /R number of dice, number of side D number of side on.
Yeah, like that.
Dice.
Don't add them up. It's going to add them up for you.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry.
Yeah. So one of them was a 2.
What was it? 2?
Yes.
Okay, so for the audience at home, the anatomy of a thorn skill check is three parts. Determine target number. In this case, it's known with the spell, which I think is a 4? Question mark.
I think a spell is a 5. It might be a 4.
Specifically the healing spell, which is designed to be anyway. Okay, healing. So 4. Yeah, either way, a 2 is going to beat it because you want to roll low. And the amount of your skill in a thing determines how many dice you roll, and your attribute determines the type of die you roll. So in this case, Tanneal, who is optimized for this a little bit, but not like doesn't have a lot of skill points yet, rolls 2 dice, and they're D10s because Tanneal is decent at magic. So, Kalai'i. And so a 2 and an 8. An 8 won't do it, but a 2 will. And you only need 1 die to succeed. There's no degrees of success. So you do succeed. The spell, can you describe how you heal? Magic is kind of what you make of it.
So whenever I put my hands like this over the injured area, I don't directly touch them because there's about this much purple light that flows from me into them, and I absorb their negative energy and disperse it into the void, I believe.
It's just, you just toss it out there. It's gone from it kind of disperses into like the fabric or like if you imagine the world as like a tapestry and the fabric being what you are messing with, because everything is made out of very literal threads, and spellcasting fucks with the threads. So, cool. All right, so yeah, that's one little mini task completed. Torin is healed. He looks to you and he looks to you. Thanks, Fainlin. Fuck. God, they're gonna get closer than my side one day.
Gamers, I forgot to do a thing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I forgot to apply the seeking buff onto my sniper rifle.
Are you an enchanter?
Yes.
Okay. So for the audience at home, you wanted to explain how your enchanter power works? Because I know you know it more.
Lidia is enchanter, which is kind of like a mage, but soft version. I've been trained to, as Robin just described, tug on the threads a little, to modify physical objects.
Yeah. So the idea, magic creates threads. Enchanters write on those threads.
Yeah.
That's kind of the differentiation.
But
Magic a Chan board?
Wait, what?
Is magic a Chan board where you write threads?
I will not have this disrespect in my call.
The benefit of being an enchanter is you can't accidentally rip a hole in the universe.
Yeah, it's kind of the difference.
Aberrations can. There's this like magical limitation in place that called the barrier. That barrier that will kill you before you can do that. Anyway.
Yeah.
But aberrations don't have the barrier. So yeah. You've healed Torin. I'm gonna go down the list of. You still have like some broken rebreathers for some of your team. Brega, the Primas Ika, is still making fortifications and could use some help. Karik could use help priming some charges to trap the enemy. And there's a defense drone, which is a little spore buddy. They're not quite people like the Sporeborn are. They're more like dogs. Like a slimy puppy.
Can I help program the spore drone?
Yeah, hell yeah. Enoki walks over to the spore drone. It is inert. It needs some TLC before it's going to be ready to float around and do spore drone things.
Okay.
So it's going to be either interface or repair.
Okay.
Interface is like a tech skill where like using tech, whereas repairing is like restoring tech.
Those are both the same for me, so it doesn't matter either way.
We'll just call it an interface roll then.
Okay. So I'm rolling 2d10. Okay, I got a 10 and a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so with a 10 and a 4 succeeds. That is the target number for this. That is actually exactly the target number for this thing. A table thing. Would you prefer I tell you target numbers, or would you prefer they be a surprise? I've seen people feel both ways about this.
I would rather them be a surprise.
Okay.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah, I don't care.
Then with the one preference, I won't read unless it's like a defined power where like the TN is always the same. I won't read it out. So, with a 4 in this case though is exactly what you need to succeed, and the drone hums to life. A little camera pops on in a little camera like flickers to life and look like. It scans up and looks at you and like in a little bit of recognition. And then it like it begins like floating around the battlefield, like looking for its next target. It has a little like assault rifle glued to it.
Oh my god. I love it. Gave him that.
He's about to do war.
Who gave him that?
So the sport drone is off. You still got some charges to prime. Honestly, Torin is kind of ready to give orders whenever you're ready to like advance to like the to prep for the real fight. There's definitely more you could do to prep, but you definitely also could just probably get ready. The patrol is coming soon. Like another patrol is coming soon. They're gonna notice these guys went missing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, which is why I'm about to help with corpse disposal. And by with corpse disposal, I mean run up to the priest and tell him, wait, I need to do some foraging first, and then check the pockets of the corpses of the people we just killed.
Yeah, Rorden's brow kind of furrows like. Dark days.
We might need them. We might need the munitions.
You know what? Roll a persuade roll. Let's. I didn't actually have a social encounter in this one, but let's. I don't think Rorden's gonna be like, hell yeah, let's loot these bodies. He is a priest, so.
Of course.
They also could have their own.
A 3.
They could have their own cremation capsules on them.
Yeah.
That's
they might. That's actually a really good point. A 3 beats out. I'm just gonna steal Tanneal's. I'm just gonna steal Tanneal's thing.
I'm also
Rorden's.
And that's actually like an argument I plan to raise as if I roll low enough. Plus, we probably would save up on supplies if we used their own cremation capsules, Sir, Mr. Priest, sir.
Listen, y'all, you all came out of nothing a year ago. I don't even know what to do with you anymore. I'm going to walk away for 5 minutes, and when I come back, I'm going to burn the bodies.
You, Mr. Priest, sir.
He starts smoking a cigarette like over.
So when? Question mark?
When? That's a win. I loot the bodies.
You loot the bodies. You find 2 standard issue Imperial pistols on them. 2 standard issue Imperial rifles. Imperial body armor, which seems relatively intact.
I put that on.
Okay. Can
I describe how grabs? Okay, so grabs like strips out the thing. The body armor is like sort of not like they do not have any kind of like know-how with stuff. However, there is a weird colony of mushrooms, and sort of as they get onto the corpse, there's a weird thing where the armor parts slowly start to get invaded by the spore-borne blight that there is. And soon, under the dust coat is a weird mishmash of the body armor from that used to wear some colors from the Empire, and is slowly being tainted, is slowly being colored sort of a greenish, whitish blue from all the mold that takes it over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you kind of take over the suit.
Basically, yes. This is an non-hostile takeover because Grabs never is hostile, except when he's shooting, of course.
Yeah.
But you know.
Okay. Vrai, what are you doing in all of this? Are you
I think that Vrai would be trying to. I think some like charges needed to be primed.
Yes, actually, that's actually great. So you wander out into the open field, the ash crunches beneath your boots, and you see Karik Therixon sitting over like a what looks like a rather intricately and somewhat haphazardly built bomb. Karik is young, like 20, and has been serving since he was much younger. When Okavand was first attacked by the Imperials, which was 4 years ago, one of the first battles of the war. Okavand held, but Karik lost his brother, who was even younger than him. And Karik's kind of like, haunted eye motherfucker, and he looks up at you. Hey, yeah, all right. You here to help?
You need some help with that, mate?
Yeah. Let me. You done any work with bombs before?
Absolutely not. But
That's
it could
fine.
be that bad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right?
It's fine. Here, Karik kind of shifts to the side and lets you invites you to kind of get closer to the bomb.
All right.
Karik then repeat. Do you have any trivias that might be relevant for this? Just because I want to introduce trivias as a mechanic.
I have technology.
That would work. I would totally give you that. Okay, so I'm going to make this target number a little bit easier. For the folks at home, trivia is just like a knowledge thing, except it's just stuff you always know that might help in situations. Okay. I'll say that improves your target number by 2. You still don't know the target number.
Okay.
But Karik, it gives you instructions on how to wire the bomb, and then kind of goes off to start wiring one of the other ones. This one's already halfway wired, so you don't need to worry about too much.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What am I rolling?
Oh, sorry. I should actually list a skill. Alchemy. I won't tell you the TN. Alchemy.
Okay.
Yeah, most explosives tend to be alchemy in this world.
Actually have a 2 in that.
Yeah, you are an alchemist.
I rolled an 8 and a 10.
Okay, an 8 and a 10. You don't know. Karik was talking kind of fast and assuming you using some terms you hadn't heard before. Maybe it was a different school of design, like a different school of bomb development or technology, like alchemy. None of you were really, at least Karik wasn't trained formally, so it didn't explode on you right now. You don't really know when it's going to explode. You think you did the best you could. What are you doing now?
I mean, I feel like I've done my part already, so
Yeah. No.
Gonna wait around for the action to start, I guess.
Cool. Yeah. The other charges get finished getting set up. And finally, your CEO is Cole Fainland is talking on the radio. Kind of just furiously chattering with main base. And Torin calls you to all to round up and get ready. All right, Shadow Team. We've got a fight ahead of us. Looks like we've got a convoy coming down the road. They're certainly going to notice that that one patrol went missing. We're going to split into 2 fire teams. I'm going to take fire team 1, and Maeve O'Shea here is going to take Fire Team 2. Fire Team 2, you're Enoki, Vrai, Kalai'i, Lidia, Grabs, and the main characters. So, so
Wow, what a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
it's kind of what I felt. That means Karik, Rorden, and Brega, and Torin. Kalai'i, would you let Cole go on the other team, or would you be insistent that you be on the same team?
I would let him go on the other team so that there's 2 lines of sight on
Cool.
who's shooting at him instead of just one.
Cool. All right, so then you've split up. You still have the defensive drone, but it is just you with Maeve O'Shea, another one of the survivors of Okavand, a bitter woman. All right, everyone, let's get ready. Where you all can move yourself on the map. Kind of like position yourself like where, so like you know that like they're gonna be coming from like down here, this area up here, I guess.
I cannot move my token.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to give you control because
Yes. Rule 20.
yeah. Okay. This is a really good time for you all to draw 3 stamina counters,
Yep.
which is going to be your action economy points.
Hey, Robin. For
What's
the
up?
sake of reminding me, how far away is Point Blank?
It is a
That's
10th.
50?
It's half range is 50. A 10th is point blank.
Okay.
A 10th affects like pistol, like basically point blank affects pistol and rifle ranges, like pistol and rifle accuracy. It makes pistols playable. Anyway.
Yeah. But I want to make sure I'm like still on the map.
So a sniper rifle is range 400, right? What's the range on a sniper rifle?
400.
400, so 40 would be point blank.
Okay, cool. 40. Okay. I don't know why, but I for some reason thought it was
You'd be in half range, but not point blank.
Yeah, that's the important thing because the penalty at point blank isn't as, or at half isn't as bad as point blank.
Yeah. Enoki, you have control of your character. Lidia, control of character. Vrai, yeah.
But yeah, Lydia lays down, and will essentially go in place.
Yeah. Does anyone not have control over their character now?
I can't even see mine.
So I don't have an art asset for you yet, so I'm using the pink one, which is just like our default like Parith and Lady model.
Still in the pan view. Whoops.
So wait, so they're coming from the
They're coming
red
from
X?
North on this map, but it's like it's not actually north. It's just how it looks. I'm highlighting the one that should be yours, Tanneal.
I'm still trying to figure out how to move it and select it because I'm in the. I have the cursor.
You're on the.
Hang on.
Okay.
I fucked up. I did the in-player's journal. I always get confused by in-player journals versus
Aha. Now
yes.
Control.
Yes, I threw a bit there. Sorry. All right. I don't think I did that with anyone else. Grabs, do you have yours?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yep,
Everyone's
yep.
in. Cool.
I think it just stay here actually. Like, wait, no, that's not actually
Yeah.
cover.
Important-
I'm gonna. to get
Yeah,
here.
keep in mind this is high ground, so you are gonna need like a rock or something to actually have cover. Because
Yeah.
like I think we do the Warhammer like the 2018 kill team like if your foot's obscured, you're obscured rule.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's favorite kill team rule. Anyway, so some kill team discourse. How's chat doing? What's up with chat? Oh, chat's vibing. All right. Yeah.
Times.
Basically, pick your spot, and then we're gonna start a combat because they're going. They're coming. They handed Maeve a receiver, so Maeve has contact with the Fire Team 1.
Cool.
Cool. All right. And are you all trying to hide?
Well, I'm pinned. Or no, I'm in place.
You're in place. Yes.
I'm gonna do
Can
that
you be
too,
both?
because I'm also gonna use my rifle.
Okay. Yeah, you can be trying to both in place and trying to hide. Like this is you're kind of setting up an ambush right now. So I should go ahead and as a team plan your ambush.
Okay,
Em,
so-
you also are going in place and
Yeah.
hiding.
I will as well.
Yeah.
I'll get in. Yeah, I'm putting myself a bit to the side so that when stuff starts happening, I can start trying to flank them as a distraction.
I am going to
Uh,
try and pick as many as I can off with before they come into firing distance.
Oh no, we've had a shuffle.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've had a shuffle.
A shuffle.
Yeah.
Came off for a second.
I don't know why that. I don't understand why it did that time.
Apparently, like briefly.
No, but like I
Right.
turn off my camera and it doesn't shuffle everything.
You have. There's a setting in Zoom where it takes people with their camera off and puts them to the bottom. That might be it. I don't know.
Hang on.
It might not affect you because you're the.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to fix that next time. Sorry, we almost lost connection there. I got really scared. Little lag spike. Sorry about that, audience. Okay, so show of hands, like physical hands. Who is going in place and trying to hide? I should clarify. In place is like basically in place allows you to fire heavy weaponry. It also allows you to fire free actions whenever someone moves into your line of sight, called Overwatch. Like when it's not your turn.
Yep. Cool.
Like you get like a free shooting action when it's not your turn. What's up, Wendy? Oh, you're still raising your hand.
Yeah,
okay.
we're all going.
No, it seems that is a unanimous decision. So you're all
Okay.
Everyone roll a stealth check. You're definitely in place. No check will change that. You are in place and in cover. In cover means that it'll be harder to shoot you.
Good.
Ooh, that's a 2.
I got a 3.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Got the fray here.
2, 3, 4, 2, another 3. Best I got was a 7. So
Yeah.
sure enough, you hear an engine, like a combustible engine, combustion engine, roaring and then coming to a halt. And these are normal Imperial soldiers I'm putting out. 5 of them in a. No. I selected too many things. The whole system's coming undone. Okay. 5 of them. And they are rolling up. They have a couple drones with them. I don't know why that's being... I'm so sorry. It's been years since I've used Roll20. I didn't even really understand it then.
You're good.
Okay. All right. And they're coming up, and you all are excellently hidden. They have no idea you're there. Except... an explosives timer was set incorrectly, and it goes off. Luckily, that basically, so an explosive goes off, and a bunch of rubble comes stumbling down. Stumbling down the... Wait, do I have... Wait, which one's the rubble? There we go. Rubble. Good. Like a bunch of debris like blocks the only way they could walk up to you, so they're gonna have to climb it now.
Ooh.
However, it is officially a combat situation. I am going to draw... Okay, how many combatants are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the enemy side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the friendly side. So I'm going to draw 15 tokens, 7 of which are going to be colored for your side, and 8 of which are going to be colored for the enemy side.
Yeah.
Does anyone know like a good like token draw program? Because I usually use Roll20. I usually use Tabletop Sim. I don't think Roll20 has like just like a bag of tokens I can draw from, right?
Unfortunately.
I know about random.org has a list randomizer, but I don't know if that's exactly.
I mean, as long as I can just like draw out like if I can put in like random.org. Okay.
Yeah.
Numbers, inspiration. List randomizer? Question mark. Coin flipper, dice roller. Okay. Sorry. Figuring this out.
Probably be easier to have like a physical bag of dice.
Yeah, I will admit my setup never quite got fixed from the move. I still have some dice somewhere that are missing. A bunch of my dice all spilled in my car, so I got a bunch of them back, but not like my... I'm still trying to find like my little Warhammer dice, which are probably the best.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've got coins here.
I have
That'll
a bunch of Warhammer dice right here.
Okay.
If you wanna do that.
Yeah, okay, if you don't mind, it's got to be so 8 of one color and 7 of another color.
Okay. Bad guys are going to be red-green dice. Will show up, and we are going to be blue-gold dice.
Okay.
How many red dice?
8 red dice, 7 gold dice. And you're going to shuffle them up and blindly pick one. And that'll be which side goes. And that side will elect a person to go. There's no initiative in this game. You just act when you need to act.
7 blue?
7 blue. Yeah.
Okay, cool. See if I can find a container. that has stuff in it.
It happened again.
We
Okay.
got a blue.
All right. So, that little pause aside, we have drawn tokens, and now 7. So a blue token means you get to elect one of your 7 people to go first. So you may volunteer, you may nominate someone else, you may discuss it amongst yourselves.
Was this little red guy next to me?
That's Vrai.
Okay, cool.
She's vibing.
We vibing. What up?
Hi.
You know that there are 8 of them in total, and they are aware of your presence. They're not aware of exactly where you are, but they are aware there's an ambush coming. They heard an explosion. Heard and saw. They're right next to one.
I have a question
Sure.
because my character, I know I have a smoke grenade, and what I'm wondering for the purposes of this, it says all persons inside the radius are considered in cover for the purposes of ranged attacks. So does that mean that it benefits us to be under the effect of this?
It does it say that does it improve cover, or does it just say you count as in cover?
In cover.
Okay, so you're already behind cover at the moment. So you are currently in cover. Smoke grenades are beneficial, to create throwing it out over here in an open area, and moving it gives you a safe movement. Smoke grenades make space.
Right.
So you might be able to throw out a smoke grenade and further obscure your presence, but also you won't get more of a cover benefit than you currently have, which is that you're in cover already. So basically, with ranged attacks are going to be trying to hit on a 3 if you're in the open, and 1 if you're in cover, and 0 if you're obscured, which means you cannot be seen or hidden. I mean, yeah. So
I feel like right now, the best person to go is someone with a gun that can take out someone. Because right now they do have a numbers advantage on us.
yeah, there's really no wrong answers. It's just who wants to go.
Now I can sniper rifle one of them.
Okay.
If wanted.
I think it would be a good move to start by taking out the obvious leader first, if it's possible.
This is the obvious
while
leader.
they're not pinned yet. While they're not in cover yet, I think it would be good to take out their leader first. So I think
guy's the
sniper
leader.
fire.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to. Do I have line of sight on them?
You have you are on top of a hill. One thing I don't like about Roll20 over tabletop sim is it's hard to really convey 3-dimensionality of fights.
Yeah.
Because you are on top of a hill. You are looking down at them. You can see this guy.
Okay.
He is currently in the open, but he is going to go pinned.
Okay.
Nice.
So basically, whenever you get shot at, you can choose to go pinned. You suffer penalties to your next turn in return for improving your cover type by 1. This is to simulate ducking and clinging to the ground for your life. So
this poor fucker is about to get hit with a thing of 6 dice that are d8s. So
6 dice doesn't. Is it only a point blank penalty for range?
it only says a point blank penalty.
Okay. All right. Rules are rules. So
Indeed they are.
you need ones to hit because even though he is in the open, he is pinned, which means he gets a cover benefit.
Yup. Damn, I got a 2 but no 1s.
Okay. Yeah, the shot goes over, and that's why you go pinned.
Yep.
So, that is one stamina. You do get more stamina.
No, I'm going to use the rest of my stamina to Overwatch.
I think Overwatch is only once a turn.
Sure.
Okay,
I don't want to get winded.
that's fair. Winded is when you're out of all 3 stamina.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, just for people who haven't played. All right.
I have a pistol. I can try to take a shot next.
Well, that draw the next die, Lilith.
Yes. We get red.
Red. Okay. That officer spends a stamina to go unpinned, which is all you need to do, and then runs over to a rock. That's the end of their turn.
Can I in response Overwatch?
You can.
To them getting up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So Overwatch is like an action you take if you're in place. Like you are all currently in place, I think.
Yep. That's two
Can-
twos. So that motherfucker just got hit with an armor-piercing 2-shot.
What was the question, Wendy?
Can anyone Overwatch as long as we are in the prepared position?
Yeah, basically anytime one of them moves, you all have the line of sight where you could Overwatch someone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
So
a 2 to hit.
you only get to do it once a turn unless you have a special thing, but it kind of turns you
soon
like
I
it,
will.
it helps you control the field even when it's not your turn. Yeah, so a sniper round goes through the officer's hip, and the officer like just eviscerates them, and the officer stumbles to the side and falls to the ground dead.
It doesn't have a hip no more.
Maxim 74 of the maximally effective mercenary. An ounce of sniper rifle is worth a pound of suppressive fire.
So that's one down. Sorry, I'm used to using marbles. Next die.
Red.
Red. All right, another one of them gets to go. This time, one of them is going to try running for the ledge so they can be out of your line of sight, but any of you who are in place may choose to activate Overwatch.
Overwatch.
All right, Grabs, you fire Overwatch at that person who's running. Normal Imperial soldier. Their boss just died.
Yeah.
Bad day for
it
them.
is. Yeah, I am firing with my beam rifle,
Okay.
and I have 1-2. Yeah.
I didn't declare they went pinned, so they will take it. What's the AP on that?
1.
Okay. So for the folks
And they
at
have
home,
beam chamber.
with all of these guns, basically they're rolling their accuracy dice as the amount of dice they roll when they're shooting. Depends on the gun. Okay. I get an armor save in this case, but it doesn't work. A bolt of a chaotic bolt of energy shreds through the person's armor, and another one is down. Next die. I'm gonna mark which ones of you have done Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it on myself.
Cool.
I also removed one of my. I have a counter for. Oh wait, you did, so that's fine. But I have a counter for my tokens also.
That's fine. Okay. Next. What next die?
Next person. Oh my god, red.
Another red. All right. Is anyone else wanting to fire Overwatch? Because another one of them is about to try to run for a cliff. All right. Kalai'i. You get your one Overwatch shot. Go ahead. You are, kind of firing over a large rock. So I think but this person's kind of in the open. A 1 always hits an arrow of silence if it's possible. A 2 also would hit. And honestly, there's no reason for you to go pinned because this person. What's the AP on your gun? What kind of gun are you using? Just a pistol?
Yes.
Okay.
The AP is 1. The accuracy
AP is 1.
3.
I don't think that's not point blank. So yeah, you only roll 4 dice, but also you succeed. I also don't make. I'm rolling the die you hear is me rolling an armor save, which any time a gun's AP matches an armor's a gun's armor penetration matches an armor value. There's a 50-50 armor save. If they make the save, their armor takes it. If not, they're down. There's some special mechanics with that, but that's the simple version. Mm-hmm. Another one is down as a shot goes clean through their visor.
Next dice is one of us.
Okay. So make sure, by the
Finally.
way, when you fire your Overwatch shot, it does cost a stamina, so do remove 1 stamina. Cool. We've so at the moment, everyone but Lidia can still go, including Maeve, who is back here and kind of just waiting to like help y'all if you need.
Okay, I'll go.
Enoki.
Yep.
The Sporeborn themselves powers up and starts moving. Are you moving? Are you just taking a shot from where you are?
I'm taking a shot from where I am, yes.
I think you have the best line of sight on this one, and this one.
Yeah, whichever of those.
The 2 soldiers and the 1 drone.
I'll go for one of the
Don't
soldiers.
shoot the drone.
No, I'll go for one of the soldiers.
Don't shoot one of your friends.
Yeah.
Soon to be friends.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Enoki really cares about that, but yeah.
An enemy combatant is just a friend you have.
Exactly. Especially if they're a little fungus robot.
Especially if they're a little fungus robot.
Okay. So you're taking a shot at this guy?
Yeah.
All right. Roll your shooting dice. That is 1
Yeah.
stamina for your attack. And by the way, just so you're aware of the list of possible actions, you can move, shoot, use a skill, use an ability, or resolve the fight if you're in close combat, which just basically triggers like a close combat finishing roll.
Okay, I'm sniper rifling.
God, do we have 2 snipers?
Yep.
I wouldn't use a sniper rifle at that range. If you're sniper rifling, you probably want to be in the back with me.
Am I not in the back of it?
We can call that a mulligan. I'm happy to like Lidia is back here because that's where the sniper rifle starts being effective.
Yeah.
I'm fine moving your character back and just calling that a mulligan because like
okay.
you're learning. You played a close combat character last time. You're learning.
Yeah.
Cool. So right here is cool.
Yeah.
With you? Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically same thing. Heck, you even have a better vantage point, so you can shoot at any of them now.
Yep.
Okay.
Pick your target.
So did we like kill the commanding?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. You have decimated their force in a single turn. Welcome to Era of Silence.
I'm just gonna go for one of the like soldiers in the front. I guess this one. This one.
All right, the closest one. Cool. All right. Take a shot. Roll your accuracy dice.
I will.
They are going to go pinned. So they'll be hitting on 1s.
Oh, yep. I did get a 1.
All right. Going pinned doesn't always save you. They clutch their head and cling to life. It's not enough. That soldier
and then their head isn't there.
Yeah, that soldier is removed by by an armor-piercing round. So, that shit's meant to take down power armor. They got no chance. So, next marble. Or fucking next die. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Red.
All right. Another one of them.
Initiative does not save you either.
Another one of them runs. So far we have Kalai'i, Grabs, and Lidia have all popped their Overwatch. Vrai and Enoki still have an Overwatch to use if they would like to.
Enoki, this would be a good time to
Or Vrai, either one.
Or Vi. I don't know if Vi has like a gun.
I don't.
Well, there you go.
I'll Overwatch.
So
Going to cause hell. And force you to rebalance sniper rifles.
I don't know. The fact that you have to like sit all the way back there already makes it fine for me.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You just plan the encounter around it.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Enoki, fire your roll your Overwatch shot.
I got a 2.
All right. Well, they were moving, so they I don't think they can go pinned. I don't get to roll armor saves. These are sniper rifles.
Next dude. One of us.
Any volunteers? Anyone would like to go?
I can go.
Cool. You've got one remaining soldier. And 2 drones.
I'm just gonna charge.
Cool. Oh, sorry. I'm used to moving people's. Sorry. I'll get out of that habit.
Yeah. So how close am I going to be able to get?
With one movement?
Yes.
I'm not going to count the vertical movement for dropping.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to take 2 movements to get into charge. Basically, it would be 2 stamina to charge.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, that second stamina you could also use to then take out the person in close combat. Because one's going to be a move action, the other one's going to be a charge action.
Okay.
So
if I charge them, it's going to be 2 stamina?
The first stamina was your move. The second stamina is a charge. Charge is both. Charge is moving and resolving the fight at the same time. Cool. Okay. So now, okay, great. We actually get the other part of we get the other part of the game to talk about real quick. The close combat system. So
this isn't a sharpshooting.
Wait, what do you mean this isn't a sniper game?
Well, I think the close combat system is pretty neat. So what we're gonna do is we're going to roll 2. You're gonna, in ideal conditions, if you are armed with a close combat weapon, what are you wielding?
I am wielding a special blade. It is a chem pipes blade, so I can use alchemical ammunition.
Yes, it just like it lets you augment your strike, basically, like with like a special like power from alchemy. Awesome. So, are you doing any? Are you augmenting your strike with any?
You know what? Sure. I'm going to augment with cryo.
Oh yeah, this is basically like Weiss's gun rapier from Ruby, like with the like the cylinder full of dust vials in it.
Yeah, I actually
do
like
stabby, people freeze.
I actually like just snap the sword in half and just have to shake it. It's like a glow stick.
Oh my, it's a glow stick sword.
So in ideal conditions, you roll 2 fighting dice and 1 of your brawn dice. Okay. And really just that means you have 2 different ways that you could possibly, win the check. So this person is not close combat trained, so they're rolling 2 d12s and a d10 because they're actually kind of buff.
Okay. Okay. So my brawn die, which is a d12, I get a 10. And then for my hit die, I rolled a 2 and a 10.
2? A 2 will succeed. So you may choose to... So when you succeed, technically speaking, you can choose to either disengage or take them out. The only reason you would choose to disengage is if for some reason you want to kill them or if they're too strong for you. Otherwise, take them out is the you can either kill them or knock them out. Actually, I do get an armor save, but wait, no, did you add a thing? What was your?
So I added cryo. Target struck by this round must make a TN4 resist physical check move at half normal speed.
They fail that too. They freeze up. And their armor save also fails. So, you may choose to kill or knock them out, basically.
I'll knock them out.
Okay. They are unconscious, but for the sake of the battle, they're like off the board.
Gotcha.
And you see two drones. Vrai, as you stand in the center of the field, you see two drones simply sitting there, motionless, as their operators have been slain or knocked out.
Just vibing.
The combat is over.
Yay!
We did it.
Yeah, congratulations! You just beat your first Air of Science combat.
Hooray!
Grabs will rush to the drones and attempt to reprogram them.
Good call.
I think before that happens, Vrai is just attempting to do that just vocally, just like hold a conversation with them. It's not going to work, but she does that. Hello there.
Enoki can help reprogram the drones if you want.
Reprogram.
All right.
Erase old data.
No, don't erase it.
Yeah, Grabs will interface with this like kindred spirits of sorts, and do a repair.
Yeah, go ahead and roll repair.
I have 2 dice in that there's a 1.
Nice.
I could also see myself asking for security here because this is close to a hacking roll. Because you basically like but like I'll give you
the same.
You rolled a 1.
It's the same roll for me.
You rolled a 1.
It's the same roll for me.
Yeah.
I also have 2 dice in security, and they are also d12s.
Yeah. So with a 1, you snap off the drones like a little imperial like loyalty chip, and it is now untethered.
Hey, buddy. We're now friends, okay? Give me a big hug.
It is standing next. It does seem to be lost without its purpose, and it's just kind of sitting next to you.
Pat.
All right. So, Maeve is in the background, reporting with the commander. It looks like their fight went well. She gets up. All right, looks like everything's going good. Good. We should be seeing some results. And then cutting off is the sound of a fuel depot erupting into flames and fire. Well, all right. So, everyone, gear up. We're gonna hold out here and wait for evac.
Right.
All right. Officer, there seems to be a one of them who's still alive. Do we just like let them here?
Oh,
Interrogate them.
Oh yeah.
she pulls out her pistol.
Download the
Is that
memory.
necessary, officer?
I don't know if was it necessary when they I don't know, was it necessary when they when they lowered the environmental shield and made my countrymen choke to death? She shoots.
Good point.
Sir, do what you gotta do. I am not touching that. You're the officer. Ma'am.
So I don't want to necessarily keep us on this scene too much longer. Your ride comes. Your ride comes, but also behind it, a retaliatory Imperial force that has been attracted by the sound of gunfire.
Yup.
And
And
shoots
probably the depot exploding.
the depot exploding. Yeah. So a big old fucking like van rolls up and like it's more like a Hummer, like a fantasy Hummer, fantasy Hummer. And it beckons you all to get inside.
Are they friends or foes?
No, it's your car. Like it's your ride.
Oh,
Like
okay,
they're
cool.
taking you back to base. They're getting you out of here. This is extraction.
Let go.
Yeah.
Let us log off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna retcon the Maeve thing. I think Maeve wanted to shoot, but like decided not to when you all seemed bothered by it.
I mean,
Um,
you didn't want us to keep on the scene, but Grabs would have argued, yeah, but this poor dude has nothing to do with that.
That's fair. No. So I think like the guys in the back, like he is a POW now though.
Yeah, he's definitely a POW. He's on ice.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Grabs argues, and we
Okay.
we
Tough
move
crowd.
forward. Okay, so you all are in a car heading back to camp. Camp. You get to camp, and there's a solemn, there's a solemn vibe in the air. This is like where the Royal 21st is like making their last stand, and like you've got a bunch of people in trenches, like kind of waiting for like Imperials to come over the hill on the other side. And you all 10 of you in Shadow Team get called to the captain's, the commander's office. And the commander is the commander is an Elec named Falior. Do you all go right away? Do you rest first? Do you do anything at camp? Before you go talk to your boss.
Rest a little bit.
I'll
Okay.
probably pace around and search for any obviously like wounded people that are well within my power and on the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Grabs is interrupted by the call as the was going to sell some of the loot the had, but the to struggle and tell their prospective client we'll circle back to that later. I have to go.
Okay. Yeah, you make it. You get. You all appear in Falior's office. All right. Excellent job with the fuel depot.
Thank you.
So I mean,
Thank
obviously, Argent team did the heavy lifting, but you all did fine for your. I appreciate both of your work, and I know it's not easy, your deployments. So it's with that I am afraid that like while losing the. I don't know. She gets kind of solemn, and like imagine like one of those like wartime like underground like trench bunkers. Like clearly you've like dug into a hill here, and like this is like the woman with like a gray streak of hair and like her like purple officer's coat just kind of slumps. It's unfortunately only buying us time. Looks like they're about to make a move on the on the royal city. We're not making it. This war is over, basically, but them not having a fuel depot gives us a chance to retreat.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm asking volunteers to stay to prepare a final defense, but I have no expectation that any of you will. Shadow Team is a bad deployment, so frankly, if you want to get going, you can get going. But if any of you would like to choose and help, protect your fellow countrymen, I would appreciate it. And I, as a narrator, because we kind of talked about this beforehand, I am cool. Like this is genuinely a choice here, where like you can choose to like totally walk away now and that be like a character point for you. that like you didn't want to be here in like the this is the Border Hills. This is the Battle of Border Hills that this whole thing leads up to. So you can definitely like join the evac transports, or you can choose to stay and fight and possibly die.
Lydia's going to leave. She has a kid to take care of out in like the fucking wasteland.
Does she?
So... her adopted Primus Ika child, out in the wasteland, just kind of chilling.
So Lidia walks away, and Falior just kind of nods. Torin, your commanding officer, the disgraced nobleman, is defiant, and he kind of glares at you, Lidia. Listen, I'm gonna stay here till my last breath. I swore an oath. And he like kind of storms out with like Karik and Maeve. And they kind of go join the trenches. So kind of there's the trenches and there's the evac transport. And you all have a choice here, and there's no wrong answer. We got the combat tutorial I wanted in just earlier, so that wouldn't have to be a character thing. So Cole I don't know, what would Cole do? Cole's kind of a character that you conjured more than me, so I'm still thinking about it.
Because of how much everybody enjoyed Cole last time, I just kept him, and he was kind of a reason to be a bigger part of the battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I would prefer to stay, but I think Cole, since he is there because he wanted to get out of prison, he'd be like, but does my sentence still, like, am I still gonna be pardoned?
You all get basically any of the penal soldiers just got like a full pardon from Falior. At least like, even I don't know if she has the authority to like pardon you in a state sense, but they're not going to shoot you if you walk away, which is close to a pardon. So
I don't know if that would be close enough to a pardon for him, because he's a member of the royal family and he really needs a pardon to save face. So I think Cole would probably stay. Kalai'i would sort of hang back and try to take cover, watch his back, and heal anybody who needs healing, since she doesn't really have that long a range of weapon. So she'll stay, I guess. Okay,
so one stay, one leave. Anyone else?
I think that Vrai definitely has sort of an internal, she definitely has this vision of like going out in a blaze of glory and taking out as many of these bastards as she can. And then the voice of like the only promise she made was to Devana, her partner, who is now gone. And she thinks about it, and the one thing that they would have wanted is for Vrai to live and fight another day. So I think that Vrai is going to be walking away.
Okay, I respect that. Great reasoning. So yeah, Vrai heads towards the evac transports.
See a soldier.
So Vrai and Lidia kind of walked, maybe not together, but like in the same general time. Enoki, would Enoki the sucklet born choose to stay, or would they choose to fight, or is it like a matter of programming for them?
No, but Enoki's going to ask Grabs what it should do, because it's like the end, and it's not really sure anymore. So I'm gonna ask you, what should we do, brother?
I don't know, Enoki. Where do we really have to go? If you've got an idea, tell me, because I don't think we have anywhere else to be, It's not like there's gonna be places without Imperials.
Yeah.
And
It's always
you
the
know,
ash wastes.
you know, there's there's
Enoki has
what? How
lived
did
in the
it
ash
go?
wastes.
Right.
Enoki's like an ash farmer. So that's where he lives.
Yeah, yeah, and grabs is a spawnborn, and
You're both
Z
spawnborn.
grows with no waster, sorry,
Oh.
and Z gets a bit like Z thinks for a bit, like, squints the small simulacrum of eyes that Z has, that are sorts of strange dark cavities in the front of their mushroom face, and right, uh, Maxim number 59. Two wrongs is probably not gonna be enough to make this right.
Okay.
It's a good point.
So,
Point is, I want to shoot some people. And hey, if we survive this, we might just get richer because the size of the combat bonus is always twice bigger than your chances to survive it. To survive, to collect it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm seeing 3 stays, 2 leaves. Is that a vibe? Is that where we are? Okay.
Mhm.
It seems to be a vibe, yes.
Well, the two of you walk away, and like the team, the other, like the Okavond ghosts, the people who survived like the Battle of Okavond, like they kind of glare, but they also like they're off doing their own thing now. That's Fire Team 1. And you all join together on the trenches as you see a scrappy little line. A lot less of you than were here before when the offer was made. Like I'd say, like, a third of the standing troops have chosen to stay and fight. And they're prepped in the trenches. You all like staring down the barrels of your rifles, waiting for just the first sign of blue blue armor or any Imperial presence. And now you're waiting. It's that long waiting, and Lidia and Vrai, you get closer to the transports, and even you can hear a loudspeaker. It's not really clear for a while what it's saying, but then someone comes bursting out of Falior's office. It's over! It's over! The war's over! Surrender from the royal capital!
Well, that was quick.
And basically, as you have found out, the royal side has fallen and the war is over. The royals have issued an unconditional surrender. And then on the other side, like in like a couple minutes time, a loudspeaker coming through a drone, like one of the spore drone that's wandering in the field, is basically saying, "Royal soldiers, lay down your arms, and the new empire will pardon you for your crimes against our sovereignty."
Yeah, that sounds like a trap.
Yeah. Do any of you lay down your guns? The 3 of you.
It's a hard decision.
No.
All right. Neither is Maeve, and neither is Torin. Karik kind of seems to have the fight taken out of him.
Actually, I'm going to directly ask Torin, because commanding officer and all. What's your read on the situation, sir?
I think every noble person in this camp is about to die. So
Yeah, some of these people are my friends.
He cocks his rifle. Well, I'm planning to make it interesting. And there is while you're talking to Torin, you hear a bang from nearby. You can't figure out where, but you look over the field and an Imperial soldier is dead. It was close enough that you know it was probably like in your immediate vicinity of the trenches. But yeah, then a shot comes back and hits Brega, a member of Shadow Team in the wing, like the not the literal wing, but like like the shoulder. And bullets start coming and going and flying all over the place. Trench people, are you staying or are you running? Because honestly, at this point, it seems like a full Imperial line is charging, and you have like a handful of people left. So if you're staying, it's probably going to be the end of your story. So.
And then, so I'm going to turn to the one person who's been one of the rare person who've been nice to Grabs, which is Torin, and I think if that's something I can do, I think Z's going to say, "I'm sorry, officer," and attempts to knock him out to grab him away and save his life.
Okay, roll a brawn check.
Grabs is not very strong, but Zir's not very strong. Zir's just trying to do good by their friend.
Surprisingly, Karik is helping you. So, I will also add a brawn die. I'll add another brawn die on your side. And then Torin. Between the two of you, you knock out Torin and like drag him back, like daze and confuse him and like start dragging him back. Maeve is like staying and fighting for a bit, but she even when she sees you like pulling back, she pulls back. Cole and Kalai'i, are you see the commanding officer of Shadow Team has like retreated or been knocked out by a slight mutiny.
I think Grabs is yelling to everyone to just pull the fuck back, but yeah.
So you all are. I'm getting the vibes of a general retreat.
Yeah.
All right, you retreat, and you have just enough time to pull back. Rorden refuses, but that's only to treat Brega's wounds. Brega being the Primasika who was like doing the barrier building earlier. Rorden being the Osrey who Rorden's doing priest stuff.
Priest.
So, yeah.
Mr. Priest, sir. Mr. Priest, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So they're kind of they're staying back. Falior's staying back, but most of the rest of you get away. You escape, and you make it to the transports, and you all drive off. And for a long time, that's the end of the Royalists. You know, some stay and form together as the Austellian Reclamation Front. This like a group of nationalists, like the nationalists, but like anti-fascist, like dissidents, who like like kind of like the IRA.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Based.
Like
based.
Based.
Where you know, basically they form and like start wreaking havoc. So, with that is the end of the Battle of Border Hills. If this were a TV show or a movie, there would be a tasteful font that said 5 years later.
Do we get a bio break?
No, actually, that's where I was exactly like this was kind of the break point. So, we're gonna actually take a break here and come back at 11:10, or 10, 11:10, 11:15. And we're gonna finish up with the beginning of session 1.
Ooh.
All right.
raising volume, and we are all back. Okay.
Enjoying the fiction.
Okay. So you all are it's 5 years have passed since our last scene. I'm actually just gonna change the little stream thing right here, and okay. So I just updated the game little game text. So 5 years have passed, and you are either through either because you live here, or because you're traveling here, or because you just might have been in the neighborhood, or you do work there. You have found yourself in the city-state New Becton. New Becton is a large. New Becton is a massive city-state on the eastern edge of the country. An island that is called the City of Rings sometimes because it's kind of built off of like several rings ascending to the top. Yeah, let me see if I can find a character. Let me see if I can find a image of it, because that would be helpful. Okay. But New Becton is like this big tech city where there's a lot of different stuff going on. It's kind of like if Silicon Valley met like a port town. I mean, I guess San Francisco's a port town. At least it was at one point. Going back in the timeline to a specific piece of moss art.
Yes.
There we go. Uh-oh. All right. Well, I'll. It does seem that it does seem that Roll20 doesn't want to up. Oh wait, no, it did. It did the thing. Good job, Roll20. Proud of you.
It's so small.
Well, yeah, it's because I'm forgetting how to use layers in this god's damned application. There we go.
Oh, hello.
This is New Becton. This very let me zoom in for the camera. New Becton, like you see you see what I mean by the City of Rings, right? Like it's ascending kind of upward as you approach the center, and in the center is this like huge tower that like goes to space. Like all city-states in this world, they're covered by a city-state is defined by if it can like afford and has the resources to like have like a shield, like an environmental shield that keeps the air within breathable. So you don't need to wear a rebreather here, but if that shield ever goes down, you're fucked. So, one of the things the Imperials did was they damaged a shield at Okavond, which caused a lot of people to die from exposure.
Yay.
So New Becton is like you got like the docks on the outskirts. You've got the university and like corporate sectors and like the mid city. The upper city is all administration and church stuff, and then the Void Spire, which is a space elevator that was recently finished construction that goes all the way to the void, the inky blackness outside of your world, and then lets you lets people travel fairly quickly between either like other spaceports, all on the planet. There's no like serious extraterrestrial travel yet, or
There is the moon.
There is the lunar colony, which is the other side of it. They send prisoners to the moon to do mining jobs.
To the moon!
And you, so either you've been living here or you've been called here, but either way, a name you haven't heard in a while, has shown up and asked that you lend him a hand one more time. It's your old commanding officer. It's Torin Varen. He asks you to meet him at a bar in like a club, like a little swanky club on like the east side of Lowtown, which Lowtown is the outer ring. It's the one closest to the docks. The east side is especially closest to the docks. And at a place called the Azure Cat. The Azure Cat is it's a club. You can get most any drink or drug you want. Torin's waiting for you on the roof, but you all are outside, and you've done that thing that only happens in narrative fiction, where you all showed up close to the same time, and it's your first time seeing each other in a while. So let's go around the table. How have you spent the last 5 years? And like, has anything changed about your character? Do you look different? Do you is there anything new about you, or have you maybe you kept in touch? Like, have you kept in touch with any of the table?
I don't think Lidia has, and you'll notice that despite the fact that it's in the Hero Forge, previously Lidia did not have a prosthetic mechanical arm. She does now. So that happened. And as she goes in, she like gets a cat blunt, and greets everyone.
Cat blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bartender like says the drugs. Basically, your drugs, your tab's been covered by the guy upstairs.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think in the case of Grabs would have like kept in touch in sort of this strange friend that you never see this friend. You maybe see them once every 2 years, but when you see them, they just like, it's like you've been hanging out for a week kind of vibe. This kind of person. So there have been doing a lot of like doing shady stuff, some stuff for the ARF and some stuff for various crime groups they're affiliated with. And so that it's been a lot of going from place to place, and sometimes just crashing on your couch or whatever you have equivalent. And like Z has made a point to like help y'all out with stuff. Like not that you necessarily ask Z to. It's more that Z has like this. Z just had a knack for like bringing you a thing that somehow Z knew that you'd need on the moment. Be it like, oh yeah, sure, maybe if you were doing some covered artwork, you'd find whenever Z left your apartment some spare boxes of ammo for whatever weapon you use. These kind of stuff. Sometimes even you'd find in your letterbox some kind of like supply stuff they might have pilfered somewhere. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Do they know where Lidia lives?
If you would allow that, yes, probably. Like
she isn't
unless
going
like
to say no, but she isn't. She also isn't going to give you that information if you don't ask. So
yeah, it's more like if like basically it's more a question that they have done legwork to find y'all, like through various channels, but it's up to you to decide if the has found you or not. Basically, like it's up to you. So if you basically, if Lilith is making an effort to stay off the grid, even like they have probably not found her, or maybe if they didn't like pursue her because if she values her privacy, Grabs is not going to touch on that, you know.
I feel like okay, so Lydia absolutely just is off the grid almost completely. She lives near New Beckton, so that's why like the trek to New Beckton isn't terrible. To raise her Primus Ika child. But if say Grabs visits her, she won't say no to visits. So
okay, yeah, then they have probably had like trouble finding her, but when they
stumbled
they
upon her hut.
yeah, just probably like, hi Lilith, how's it going? How's the arm? Here's some chocolate for the kid, you know, kind of stuff.
Other way around, the character's Lydia, I'm Lilith.
Right.
I will admit I've almost done that a couple times too.
It happens.
I love it anytime I name a character that has a name anywhere remotely similar. Normally it just starts with an L. Everyone confuses mine, mix the two names up.
Yeah.
That's funny. What about everyone else?
Well,
what's y'all shtick?
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Kalai'i is a member of the royal family, and her second or third cousin was the queen. So she's probably going to have been splitting her time between ARF and gathering up all of her family members and evacuating them so that they're not like, routinely killed off, so that their rule can never be reinstated.
Yeah. The symbol of the ARF is in fact a barking dog because they are aware of what they did. So
ARF.
Okay, that's a vibe. Enoki, how's Enoki or Vrai, either one?
Okay, so Enoki was off the grid for maybe like 3 years, just like living in the wastelands as an ash farmer, and then Enoki decided to kind of like come back into things, and they got involved with like using their kind of knack for unlocking locked doors to kind of get into the criminal scene. And like I know he doesn't really get that much income from being an ash farmer, so they've kind of had to check out some other means. So kind of just been like doing jobs, stealing shit to get money and all that. So that's probably why Enoki is in New Beckton. Probably like doing another job for somebody, or like trying to make some extra cash.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And Vrai.
Yeah. I think Vrai is definitely still trying to process what happened during the war, and as a result, she hasn't really been off the grid, but she sort of just slipped back into normal life, quote unquote, like normal. So she's like working at the docks and working at the docks, but also like maintaining her like e-girl image. And I think that like she hasn't like reached out, like she hasn't done anything for ARF, like when if Grabs reached out to her, she maybe like um left Z on red.
I mean,
just
to be
like
clear,
just
like
like yeah, go ahead.
Grabs did not like do any like proselytism. Basically, the when they visit, it's just like to say hi and give you stuff that you need, but it's never to say, "Hey, join me in the ARF." It's like
Okay.
either you're in it or you're not. But they don't care. They just care about you,
Yeah.
and the rest is like whatever you do with your time is your problem.
Yeah.
And I think she appreciates that because like Vry's thing is like I just can't. But she feels bad about that because she really wants to, but just has been trying to, deal with all of this stuff. So I think she accepted this invite because like she felt that tug.
Okay. Yeah. That's all. That's great for all of you. Makes sense. So, just thinking about it, what's like? Did you try to keep tabs on each member of Shadow Team that survived? Grabs.
Yeah, definitely. Like everyone,
Okay.
and some of, maybe even some of the members of Argent team who they might have had rapport with.
Roll an identify roll, because some of them don't want to be found.
Yeah, that's fair. But basically, anytime like the encounters a case where someone clearly doesn't want to be found, there's like when it's like it's they usually refrain, but
Yeah,
just in
still
order
you
to
might
be
get
sure.
some important information that
Might but yeah, okay, that's identifies wits. It's D12. Let's see how that goes. And that's a 9. I don't think would
so
Underworld help me here
um
as a trivia? But I don't know if on a 9, I don't think it's gonna be enough. But
I mean, you can use your willpower token, because we are about to be done with the session, so you could add a die.
I think I'm gonna do that actually. Yes, because that feels interesting and important. What does a willpower point do?
So
Extra
in
dice.
this case, it's one extra die on the check.
Cool, neat. Let's do that. And that's a 1.
Okay, it's a 1. So Torin's bitter about like not getting his soldier's death, but he disappears. Basically, he fucks off and joins a militia called the Tear Guard, which are basically just like volunteers who like stay at the edge of like tears in reality and like make sure that nothing gets to civilization. He kind of fucks off and eventually like rejoins the he seems to be working for a new benefactor who you can't identify. Like that's about the extent to which you understand what he's doing, but you know where his homestead is. He has a daughter and a son and a wife. Arena and Merrick are his 2 kids. He's been kind of living the old guy life.
Yeah.
Rorden was
leaving toys for the kids.
Yeah. Rorden's Steadfast was captured as a POW, and you haven't been able to find any identifying information on Sense, but no death record. Brega died on the scene of the battle. And the only other one the only one who you completely lost track of, the person who you in the war you knew as Karik has since as far as you could tell, changed her name to Chantal, and she drops off the grid after that. Starts operating as someone named Rook in New Becton. And sure enough, who's here? Then herself. Also kind of trying to not be recognized, it seems.
So, I think what Grabs will do, because Z is not like... Z is underhanded, but not a friend. Oh my god, mustache. Thank you for the handy demonstration.
That's literally her disguise.
Z is just going to like discreetly do one hand sign that Z used to signify some specific orders on the battlefield, as Z were a tactical officer. So Z had like some know-how of like sign stuff for quick silent communication, which basically means friendly spotted, something like that.
Yeah.
And just like it's, you know, Z could be showing this to anyone. Z's just making sure only Rook sees it. And is acting in a way that is completely dismissive of the issue. Like it's no big deal, but I know.
Yeah. She doesn't acknowledge it, but she does see it.
Yeah, it's all that Z needed.
And the only other person you know about, and honestly, several of you know about this, Maeve O'Shea founded the ARF. So, was one of the founding members of the ARF. So,
girl boss.
So you all are at the Azure Cat, named for its blue lighting, and it's like, you know, like unlike the like roaring clubs of. Does anyone have like trivia military or trivia pop culture? Yeah, just trivia military.
I have pop culture.
I do too.
Counts. So.
You can definitely identify the music inside is very chill. It's
Cool.
It's like it's
lo-fi beats to drink
acoustic,
alcohol.
Like it's acoustic music.
Ooh.
So the idea of like these kinds of places are like the world of Vian can be fairly overstimulating. This is kind of like a reprieve from that.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's literally like no loud noises on the like sign on the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's specifically good for, you know, there's a lot of veterans who don't really like loud noises right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
There's a piano and a jazz singer in the back corner.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. A little bit of saxophone.
You walk in and the air is like just ripe with smoke. And Lidia, you said that you're grabbing a cat blunt.
Yeah.
For the audience at home, what Lidia means is a drug called cat's form, which is like weed for cat girls. Anyway, so
Wait, let me get some of that.
If you put it like that, then it's a lot more appealing.
there's like
I'll take
there's
a cat's
vibe and there's cat's form. Cat's form is you get a bonus to any skill check that is related to grace for 4 hours. Yes.
Dope.
You can have 2 active potions at a time, so that counts drugs too. Yeah. So
I don't know if that will matter in this case.
No, it won't matter in this case, but just that's an important thing to track because, like, you know, like these are augmenting your abilities. I'm so sorry. I have like awful. Hang on. I have like a bunch of sirens behind me. Y'all like order drugs if you want to, or get something from the bar. You know your tab's covered.
Grabs takes one of the most fabulous cocktails they have on the menu, and gets out from their bag a crazy straw that spells their name, and to drink, Z sticks the end of the straw in one of the cavities that serves as your eyes.
Oh.
Just holding it like that, and the slurping noises coming out of the other cavity.
Oh!
Grabs his bad, y'all.
The bartender is
Yeah, and
either
also, like,
Sporeborn
the
and
body
looks
armor,
like. Oh, sorry.
the body armor the had overtaken during the fight is now like completely covered in fungus. And there's like if you know where to look, there's like a few signifiers for Shadow Team, like sort of spelled and etched in the small like mounds and growths of fungus.
Okay. All right.
I think whatever the equivalent of vodka Red Bull in this setting, that's what Vrai is going for.
Yeah. You can get like
Alien bomb.
charge plus charge in a charge is like Red Bull, like in a mixed with like some whiskey or not with like vodka or something. So,
Synth booze.
yeah, synth booze is I think the clarification the mechanical term. Yeah, you get your little thing. Is anyone else getting anything from the bar?
I'm gonna get a cat blunt and put it in the end of a really long, like obnoxiously long cigarette holder.
Exactly.
That's like bright red and has jewels on the end of it, and I'm in a completely like black trench coat, like everything, like hood on and everything, just leaning back in the corner, smoking this obnoxiously long red bejeweled cigarette holder.
Pimp ass, just this pimp ass Buratan.
Rook whispers something to the bartender. The bartender grabs a little like a vial of something, but it like, and she twists something on the back of her neck and plugs it in. Her eyes go.
The cocktail is a sex on the ash.
Equivalent of ketamine.
Jacking in.
Yeah.
I love how you're like real close to your camera, so it's just like, hey.
Can I have some
Wizards maybe Wizards Select.
Really?
Ooh, Wizard Select. That sounds.
I don't know. I don't have a ketamine drug statted out.
I think
should.
ketamine would be a mixture of like a weird alchemical mixture of like charge and wizard select.
Okay.
Yeah. They you get a swirling glass that the bartender assures you they would not drink themselves.
Listen, man, this is technically legal. It's
The best kind of legal.
Only bears.
That
The
should
best
be
kind of
closed.
legal.
There's gonna be a lot of technically illegal in EOS consumer culture. Yeah, so you know Torin's on the roof. And yeah, up to y'all. I mean, pretty much, like he's kind of waiting for you up there. So.
Okay.
Once I like get the blunt, I make my way up.
Okay. Yeah, you notice there's like a little reserved like you're on like the roof, like the rooftop seating. The sky above you is like a slate gray, which is pretty common for just any time these days. It is daytime though because you can see the sky. So you're there's like a little round table, like sectioned off by like one of those little tent thingies they have on like outdoor seating these days. And you see an old man sitting at the table, smoking a cigar, like pungent tobacco, like offensive. Like you walk up and it immediately hits you. It's good stuff if you're the type who likes it, but it's also pretty intense. And he beckons for you all to take a seat.
I do
Instead
that.
of instead of
Captain.
sitting, I put my foot up on the edge of the table and just lean against my knee, like smoking my obnoxiously long cat's
Yeah.
blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Grabs mimics you just because.
Love it.
Okay. Well, anyone else? Enoki, are you sitting or standing?
You know what? I'm trying to think about whether Enoki like needs to sit. I don't know.
I don't know if Enoki needs to sit.
Enoki's just gonna stand.
Motionless.
Yeah.
Enoki just standing, T-posing.
No, literally posted up like the emoji of the guy standing there, like.
I like to imagine Enoki has wheels on their feet.
That is
So
so
they don't
funny.
actually need to like.
With like roller skates. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but like
That's so amazing.
mechanized roller skates, so they don't
So
have
like,
to like apply force, so they can just move.
Mm-hmm.
This is
I think
accurate to
Enoki
my
should be able
experience.
to levitate threateningly.
I think
Yeah.
Enoki should definitely leave behind like a slug trail.
Yes! Oh my god. A slime trail.
I mean, to be fair, like so far, our interaction with this guy has been quite like accurate, like quite true to life for what my experience within militant spaces is.
Mhm.
Specifically, anarchist militant spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Accurate.
Alright.
Just, yeah. That's
Mr.
that's-
Man, what's his class?
Okay, you're all sitting down, and you're finally having some time to talk to. You're finally getting some time to like sit and talk. Sorry, got distracted by a thing. So he kind of blows out a puff of smoke. Well, glad I could get you all here. It's hard to get the whole team together these days, and I mean, well, this ain't all of us, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a bit.
150.
I'm not gonna ask you how the war's been. I know we've all had our activities after it. How life's after the war's been. I mean, I am reaching out because I'm in need of some help with some work stuff. Got a problem, but figured a friendly face or two could help, and I could help you out by well, it's good money. The person I work for pays real well.
Who would that be?
Some academic type. I'm not gonna tell you too much about him yet. If he likes your work, you meet him.
type of
Trivia politics.
Don't got that.
Trivia history.
I do. I have politics and history.
Politics
I
and
have
history.
history.
Okay. Torin Varen was the nobleman who ran the city of Varen's Keep. Varen's Keep was famously the city that was torn apart by a tear when an aberration went ballistic. And Torin's inaction, the city falling and being destroyed was blamed on Torin's inaction. Whether or not you believe that or not depends on which side of the war you were on. Some people say there's nothing you could have done. Hello, Snail Buddy.
I have a guest.
Yes.
Hello.
So,
Oh.
yeah. Definitely the vibe is if he's working for some random dude now, that's a bit of a fall in the world. But also, most nobles have kind of fallen since they got kicked out. So, I mean, he's definitely hundreds of thousands of deaths are blamed on him. So, he also which is weird because he is wearing he is still wearing his like royalist coat, very proudly in an imperial city.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So he tells you he can't tell you who he's working for yet.
So a problematic fave.
Listen.
I would say outside of him being like a noble, he's fairly unproblematic.
I mean, a lot of people did die. Anyway. Definitely, like, a lot of people are dead. But...
I mean, yes, but also we don't know the facts on that, so... Like I said, outside of him being a noble...
Yeah.
Based on like what we know from our previous interactions with him, like how he treated us when he was our commanding officer, like, can I get a sense of like is he really needing our help, or does he just want some like bodies to throw into the meat grinder? Can I like...
He was never the type to, like, you know, he was the type who would risk himself if he had a chance to, but he would never, like, unnecessarily throw away lives under his command. Listen, you know, I'm in a position where, like, you know, I can't go to normal mercenaries for help like this. You know, our operation, it's running afoul of some powerful people. But this sort of thing, you know, listen, it's a whole thing. I'm just asking you to do one job, and if after that you're interested in more, we can do more.
Sounds like adventure is up for grabs.
Pay is 5,000 standard stellium each, and 5K down for the whole group. But you know, that's a single pot. That'll but I mean, more importantly, the job, I guess. Well. You know flash tracks? Technology would definitely get you this. Technology or transit?
I have the technology archetype.
I have tech.
Yeah.
And also transit.
Technology or transit? Technology and transit would both... the flash tracks are a series of trains that, when powered by an aberration that's been captured and harnessed, can approach the sound barrier. Like, they get really fucking fast and can cross the continent in like in not much time.
Are these like common?
They are. There's like there is a flash track system throughout the country. It's not like there's more regular trains than flash tracks, but flash tracks are, you know, like, for the right price, you know, you can cross a continent real quick. And so I need you all. Well, I need someone, but I think y'all are the right ones for it, to hit one of those. It's gonna be in transit. Not much we can do about that.
Train job then.
Yeah. Here's the job. We need 2 packages off of that train. Before and after, they're going to be heavily... Before, they're going to be heavily guarded by Imperial soldiers. After, they're going to be heavily guarded by a private militia and move off to some like rich person's villa, God knows where. Trains heading to North Point Station, about 10 minutes from here by flash track. I need y'all to basically, you got 10 minutes to get you get on however you can. You got 10 minutes to grab the thing, and you get off however you can. I can meet you at a little trader's outpost near Crossroads. After.
Will there be passengers on the flash track?
Yeah, there's always passengers on those things. Rich folk usually are people at least with money. People who can afford to, people who can afford to not just roll with the caravans.
I can.
So, not an issue. Is what I'm
Is
thinking.
Rook at the same table with us?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Rook sat with y'all. Rook is
Okay.
kind of like. Rook is high and quiet.
Okay.
It's a mood.
Do I recognize Rook?
I don't. I think literally the only reason anyone recognize, like, the only reason Wendy, the only reason that Grabs does, is because they kept track before, the Rook went off the grid. I'm fine with, like, like you do spend enough time around someone, like, people can get heavily augmented, so, like, it's definitely been a face change.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
It's a similar vibe. You definitely have a feeling that they're familiar. She's familiar.
Yeah. I'm just gonna in what's your part on this?
Well, I handle demolitions. Yeah.
I know a little something about demolitions.
Yeah. I know you do.
Do we need to? So, and what do we need to get from this train?
Two packages. Let me like actually retrieve the packages you need. TS-13 and ES-46.
TS-14, ES-46.
TS-13, 13,
13.
and
Yeah,
EH-46.
EH-46. Okay. I suppose this is the part where we don't ask the questions about the contents.
If you asked, I don't know if I could tell you. These sorts of things are compartmentalized for all of our safety.
Do you
Yeah, good. Need to know and all that.
Don't open them. Not for any not for any secretive reasons. Just I hear they're kept in some safe, like they're in safety material. So.
Okay. Do we know how transportable these packages are? When you say packages,
the cylinder is going to be carryable. One of you can carry that. Box is going to require 2 people.
I see.
Or
So
one really strong that points to Enoki, or one of those.
So okay, that is what we have. So in, grab, out, breaking and entering, moving target. Do we have a vehicle? Something to like extract us?
Well, I mean, I don't have any necessary solution for you, but I'm sure you can work out something between you. Maybe cut in a driver, or who knows?
I know a guy, but it's always better to keep it in the circles.
I also know Vrai. Do you have a way of getting us in?
I mean, we can buy you tickets. That's probably the best I can do.
It's probably a good idea. We'll need to make a quick escape. So that's where the driver come in, but it's probably good to have someone get the lay of the land on the inside first.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many flash tracks in circulation. Probably the one on that route's going to be the one that's always going to be.
How much lead time do we have here?
You got 3 days.
That's plenty.
3 days, or we have to start getting some more immediate solutions, because we can't lose these artifacts.
How much did you say we were getting up front?
Full 5,000.
5,000 for like the whole party, for like gear.
Yeah.
So not 5,000 each. 5,000 for the whole party.
Yeah. So
and then pays 5,000 each. For reference, your monthly rent in this game is 2,000, and that's also like food and everything else.
Yeah, so that's not much to actually get us geared up. But then again, it's more than half.
I mean,
Alright.
would you like? That's actually, this is Robin, the narrator, talking. Would you like to negotiate for more down?
Yes, that's basically what Grabs is doing. Is like, if you want us, our equipment is getting a bit worn down, and we're probably gonna have to modernize a bit. So you might want to sweeten the deal, if only to make sure that we are properly equipped for the job. You know, because if we complete and even if we do complete the job but then die of starvation, I don't think it's gonna be profitable for any of us around this table. You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Roll persuade.
Persuade is spirit, and I have to lie.
It's
Okay,
opposed by a resist mental.
Okay. And that's a 2.
But the best I got was an 8. All right.
Damn.
Listen, I want you all to do fine. Best I can do is 10K. Yeah, we're taking a risk on you new operatives here. So.
New. I recall I recall saving someone's arse. That's fair enough.
I don't know if I would. You did knock me out. Anyway, you did.
All is fair in love and war, my friend. I will take this.
What again, is there like, can I judge this? Can I see, like, because I'm trying to figure out if like he's got other angles he's working. I'm trying to figure out what.
Yeah, judge is like a great role for like.
Yeah.
Judge is like a sus check, like.
I have 2 in this. And I got a 7 and a 2.
The 2. There's definitely a lot going on here. Like, he's even kind of alluded to there being more going on here. He did call them artifacts. At some point. But yeah, you definitely you definitely don't as far as you're aware, like he's kind of already said what he won't answer, and like seems like he's being as straightforward with you as he can be. He doesn't want you to fail. He does care about your safety.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you this?
Aye.
Are you in it for the cash? Are you in it because you believe in something?
I'm in it for legacy. I'm old. I want something to be able to show to the gods when I go see them.
That's divine, I know.
That's a very like divinist response.
Yeah, but... yeah, like Grabs, even for a morticist, like has a similar thing in mind. That's always been a point of respect that he had for the old officer. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's very, when Dee says that, it's very much a yep. I'm glad that's still here, basically.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions before we move on?
I don't believe I need any more intel.
Okay. So you got 10. So he like puts a big old fucking pouch of coins on the thing and like counts out 10K. Coins in this case are green crystals that are most of them are mined from the moon, but you can find some on Vian. He slides over a pouch worth of 10K. That should be enough. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be meeting you at Crossroads next. We don't want to be seen too much here. We don't want people to know where to find us. So
Mm-hmm.
The six of you, Lidia, Grabs, Enoki, Vrai, Kalai'i, and Rook.
Kalai'i has taken a bio break and was saying that she had a plan when she comes back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's a thing.
Yeah, I think I'd just like to gather all of us and just like, this is a lot of scritch, and
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
So
I feel like I'm in it if the rest of you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I am in.
Yeah.
I think, as this is, part of, the funds for the operation, first, the smart thing to do would be to gather together someplace quieter and also someplace more secretive to discuss how we're going to use this budget.
Okay.
Before all put it up our noses.
All right.
Oh, what?
We're charging.
I am talking about drugs.
Whatever.
Oh.
Rook kind of nods and just like grunts. Okay. So as narrator, I'm checking in. We have 20-ish minutes left. We can plan and buy now. Or I mean, we can start planning now, I guess. But like, I also worry that like next time we come back, I will have to go over the planning again. So,
yeah, that's probably accurate. Plus, it's probably beneficial to stop now to do some debriefing, maybe before everyone is like, "Oh, I need to head out. Oh, I'm tired and stuff."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
So one thing I will
humans.
ask: does anyone here have anything in the driving skill?
Rook
Do
does.
not.
Rick does? Okay.
Yes,
cool.
because no one ever takes the driving skill. So.
Driving good. I was actually wondering. One of the things I wanted to try and do is basically teach my stolen drone to drive.
Okay, so
I told Alana
drones
to
do
drive.
require.
No.
So the thing about drones is they do require an operator.
Oh yes. So
To like actually
basically,
do any substantial action. Yeah, that's what makes them a drone and not a sporeboard.
So I cannot teach a llama to drive. Okay. Very disappointed. A llama is definitely the name of the drone.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so vibe is then that we're gonna am I hearing a consensus here that like we were gonna take a break, debrief, and then come back next time and like we'll do a proper planning session, and like actual run of this job. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, audience, for joining us for our first of hopefully many things. I see we've lost some frames during this. I'm gonna work on optimizing that so that we don't have nearly as many drops next time. I'm so sorry if you've had a little bit of trouble following. With that, I'll have everyone do their sign off, then I'll do my sign off, then we'll go to bumper, and then we'll be done.
Mm-hmm.
So left to right. Where what's your the name, where people can find you, anything you want to be known for. I don't have links yet, but I'll collect links next time, I think, and like post them in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Lilith.
I've been Lilith, played Lidia. You can find me probably on Twitter, probably somewhere dicking around on the voice chat of the Shrike Discord server. Currently working on my own games built off of Thorn. I'm going to be the guest on Monday, I believe.
Thank you for reminding me. That's anyway.
And me and Robin are going to be doing a real fun music show every other Tuesday, which is also happening next week. So
Is that fuck? God damn it! Sorry.
make sure you listen to the album.
We definitely
this
have a
is a
Halo
threat.
Halo stream slot at the same time. We'll fix that.
Oh, what?
Well, it's fine. We'll cancel the Halo stream.
Yeah. You can at BlueJH is the Twitter.
Okay. Moving on. Ribsie.
And yes, I have been Wendy Ribson Pippin, aka Ribsie, aka Curatrix Ribson. Y'all can find me on Twitter at RibstonP or on itch.io as Curatrix-Ribston. And I've been Grabs, and I'm now signing off from a haunted house.
Okay. M.
Yeah, my name's M. I've been Sucklet, Enoki, based on Sucklet, but Enoki is the name for all legal intents and purposes.
Thank you.
You can find me on Twitter at Witchetty Grubs, and I'm signing off. Thank you.
Cool. Myth.
There. I have been Myth as Vrai. You can find me on Twitter at Mythbusters. It's like Mythbusters, but with an F. I don't really have anything, but I do have a comic upcoming in a zine that my friend Glenn is doing. So I'll probably post that on my Twitter when it happens.
All right. Awesome. And last but not least, Tanneal.
I have been Tanneal, playing Kalai'i Fein Lin. I don't really make anything cool related to TTRPGs, but you can find me on my very empty Twitter at Tanneal C. Signing off. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Shrike Tabletop will be back Monday with all of the streams that Lilith just mentioned. You can join our Discord and find all of our stuff if you go to our Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram at Shrike Tabletop.
You can find me.
Specifically
me. You'll only find me and no one else.
Okay. So with that, thank you all so much for joining us. I don't have a good sign off yet.
Get out.